So a bank exchanges money for a traveler, and they charge a fee for every transaction they do. So the currency exchange rate it looks like it's 63,000 yen converted to $102, and the exchange was 20,700 converted to $318. So what is equation? And what's exchange rate? So here we need to figure out the slope or the rate. So the rate that we want is, it looks like here we're converting yen into Canadian. So let's make the Canadian the dependent variable and yen the independent variable. And the rate is going to be Canadian dollars for every yen. Okay, so we're going to say the change in Y is going to be the change in the Canadian dollars. So 318 minus 102, so $216 increase. The change in X is going to be the change in the yen, so 20,700 minus 6,300 yen, and that's going to be 14,400 yen. Okay, and this is going to be dollars. Okay. So then the slope then, the units are going to be dollars per yen. So it's going to be $216 for 1,000 or for 14,400 yen. Okay, so we're going to divide those to find a unit rate. Okay, so we're going to do 216 divided by 14,400, and we get 0.015. Okay, so this is going to be $0.015 for 1 yen. Okay, so there's our rate. This works out to be the slope in our equation. So when I write the equation, the Canadian dollars is equal to $0.015 for 1 yen times the number of yen plus B. Okay, that B represents the fee being charged. Okay, so the charge fee is going to be how much they get charged for every transaction. So they have to pay some amount, and then they use this exchange rate. So we've answered the exchange rate here. So exchange rate here is going to be $0.015 for 1 yen. The transaction fee, we don't know. We have to figure out the B. And we're just going to plug in our X and Y to solve for B. And so we can use either one. I'm going to use a smaller value because I just like using the smaller numbers. So X is going to be $102. Oops, this is the other way around. Y is going to be $102 when I exchange 6,300 yen. Plus B, and B is the exchange. And the B units will be dollars because remember the Y and the B, the units need to match. Okay, so then I multiply that together. 0.15 times 6,300. I get 94.5. So 102 is equal to 94.5 plus B. I subtract to get the B. I end up with 94.5 minus 102 is $7.50. Okay, so there's my transaction fee. Transaction fee, and make sure you know the units, it's $7.50. The B units should be the same units as Y. And then the equation of this works out to be 0.015x plus $7.50. Okay, so there's my exchange equation. And the slope represents the proportion or the rate, which is the exchange rate, and the 7.5 represents a constant term. In this case, this is the starting value or the initial fee that you have to pay to do exchange. Okay, so the last one here, we've got a Joe Wood Craftsman. He earns a salary of $200 a month plus $45 for every item he makes. So write an equation for Joe's monthly earnings. Okay, so the monthly earnings is going to be Y. Okay, so that's our dependent variable is equal to monthly earnings. So that's our Y. Okay, so the Y. So the X represents the number of, so that's our independent. That's the number of items made. Okay, so his salary is $200 a month. So his monthly earnings, he starts at $200 and earns $45 for every item he makes. Well, if I were to calculate earnings based on this word relationship, I would start with $200 and then add $45 per item times the number of items. Okay, and those will cancel out so that the units are going to be dollars. Yeah, that looks all very consistent. And that's a fixed amount. That is a rate in the problem. Okay, and that's really key. This is a rate in the problem. So that gives me a very good idea that that rate must have something to do with the slope. Okay, so then there's my equation. I can write it into y equals mx plus b as well. So it's going to be 45x plus 200. Now, as a one number rate or slope, remember that is also always being compared to some other term. Okay, so that's going to be the dollars compared to the number of items made. The y-intercept in this case represents the initial amount. Okay, this is the initial amount.